Can you tell me your name, your position, and what company you work for? And if you can just give us a quick synopsis of your company to let the viewers and listeners out there know a bit more about you.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Nick Caines, and I work for Paragon Skills, and I'm their head of IT. And I've been in the role now with the company for coming up for 5 years as well. And for those who don't know, Paragon Skills is a national apprenticeship provider. We currently support around about 4,000 learners out there, delivering apprenticeships to around about 1,500 organisations. And we pride ourselves as industry leading in that way. Our commitment is to deliver outstanding teaching and learning experience to every learner, every time. And we've recently been awarded UK's #1 training provider at the National Apprenticeship Awards as well. So it's something we're very proud of, and we know that we're actually then keeping to our commitment.
That's brilliant. So just wanted to have a quick chat with you in regards to NGN. Yeah. I just wanted to find out a bit more about what services Paragon Skills are currently acquiring from NGN Communications.
Sure. NGN Communications provide both the voice and the data for Paragon Skills. So we're looking at our landlines, our internet lines going to different premises, as well as our mobile offering, and the mobile offering being a big piece in the current COVID situation as well, and making sure that we've not only got the voice element there, but the data as well on that.
Fantastic. And when you were looking for a provider for communications, can you tell me what made NGN stand out to all the others you spoke to?
Well, for myself, NGN had a sort of lucky foot in the door. When I joined, they'd already been assigned to Paragon Skills. But when my role came in, I actually assessed all contracts, and we spoke to all the major providers out there. So we actually went direct to the doors of the major providers. We spoke to a company similar to NGN, offering a service there for various different providers there. NGN, though, won it, not on the back of that we've been with them already. It was just their passion, I suppose, on being able to deliver what we wanted and understanding our requirements. So for us, it wasn't so much that we were going to NGN asking to give us a solution. They gave us a solution out of what would be their offering, their bundles. They actually looked at what they could tailor for us and then offered it, and that's why we chose them.
Fantastic. And with one of the promises, NGN promises to be an extension of your team. Do you find that they've delivered on that promise?
Yeah, definitely. I trust NGN enough that when going for a business strategy, I'll actually discuss the strategy with them, where we want to go. So when I joined and then moved into a certain role, I had a 3-year strategy. We went through that. We met that 3-year strategy within about 18 months. Then we proceeded with that, and then the latest strategy we've been doing, again, sharing with NGN. So there's some pieces we're talking at the moment with NGN on where we want to move forward, particularly with the way that things are changing in the workforce.
Fantastic. And going back to promises, I know that you wasn't there at the initial meeting, but as you've had an opportunity to speak to Ibby, I just wanted to know so far in regards to promises in general, everything that has said, do you feel that's all come to pass?
Yeah, I'll actually give an example of where something went slightly wrong and how NGN actually worked towards this. Now, this was a couple of years back. We wanted to have a data pool for our mobiles. And the providers out there, as in the main offerings, were giving us solutions that didn't fit. NGN felt they had a solution for us, which was to have a data pool itself. But when it transpired, when we actually went to it, it was a shock for NGN as much for us. We looked at our first bill and realized they were actually allocating just data for certain users. So some were actually using over their allocation and others weren't using it. Now, NGN went and found a solution for us, which in the end was a data pool. But for around 3 months, they kindly managed the data. So they saw someone's data was starting to fill, they'd open up a bit of space to allow them, then they're shrinking things back. So we weren't actually breaking the terms of the contract, but NGN were doing a lot of hard work in the background until they could facilitate actually what we wanted. So that to me that stood out. You know, that they saw a problem and they didn't just sort of sit back and say, oh, unfortunately, that's where it is. They said, we'll find a solution and we'll work with you in that meantime.
Fantastic. So just for our listeners as well, how long have you had a contract with NGN Communications?
The business had a contract since 2014, and that's been renewed. So we had that one for a 2-year term, then we had a period where we were going for 2 years. We renewed something, so we're currently in a 36-month term contract with them.
Fantastic. We want you to say in your own words, if other companies out there are looking for a different provider, why would you recommend us, and what would you suggest that people do in order to get in contact with us just to find out a bit more information?
I'd say that NGN is someone who is customer focused. So I think I mentioned that earlier, how they actually, you feel they're part of the team. So first of all, speak to other providers and speak to NGN, speak to the team. Because the team themselves feel like they're colleagues, and you know, I wouldn't do one of these interviews just for anyone. So speak to the team and see what they're saying. They're trustworthy. They proved that in the way that they were able to resolve a problem we had. But one of the other things I like is not only the passion, but they're engaging. So they really want to engage and tell us. So I get phone calls about a new offering going out there, and can that fit with the business? But not pushy. Just, you know, these are things that, you know, aren't there. So those are the things I would say. See if other providers give that passion.
Yeah, brilliant, excellent. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate this.